mustn't disappoint his father.
Tyrion's trial this season creates a real rift within the Lannister family, which on one hand is a family full of people who are all constantly at each other's throats, and on the other hand, committed to the legacy of the Lannister family.
So in the trial, it's interesting because you get to see all those characters in the same room, acting out those various dispositions.
What's fun about the trial sequence is the scene between the family is all in what isn't said. It was a tremendously difficult sequence to get right tonally.
It's a huge challenge simply because it's a big set piece. Huge throne room, as you see, quite a lot of extras.
For the trial, obviously construction brought in the seating, and we had all the lighting. The director wanted certain flames. So when Tyrion's brought into the actual throne room itself, he's brought down the aisle, and I think he obviously wanted the flames to sort of, again, give it that sort of intimidating feel to it.
Crown may call its first witness.
Tyrion realizes that as soon as the trial begins, it's over for him. And that Cersei believes Tyrion did it, so he knows exactly what she's doing.
There's no shaking her accusation of him. And she manipulates everybody and kind of puts worms in everyone's ears.
All of the testimony that they give is true. It's just presented in a context that's very damning to Tyrion.
Oberyn Martell is the one wild card.
Oberyn agrees to be a judge on Tyrion's trial because I see a brilliant survivor, which I actually quite admire.
What complicates him is that underneath that surface, there is a real hatred for the people who ripped his family and his life apart. And Tywin is stuck navigating a situation that is beyond even his powers to control.
He's not altogether sure who is responsible, but a scapegoat, if not a real villain, has to be found. So be it.
And then there's the only member of the family who's ever really had true affection for Tyrion, his older brother, Jaime.
He doesn't know who killed Joffrey, but he knows for a fact, he's convinced that it's not Tyrion. And he actually does sacrifice his own future, basically. He goes to his father and says,
I'll leave the King's Guard. I'll take my place as your son and heir if you let Tyrion live.
Done.
We realized during the course of the scene that was Tywin's intent all along.
Tywin's political finesse is so extreme that even in a situation as dire as his son being put on trial and his family name, therefore, being put on trial, Tywin is busy thinking about how can I use this to get my son Jaime to do what I want him to do while he's walking the tightrope that this trial represents.
So Tyrion knows that if he just plays ball and just pleads for mercy, a formal plea to be sent to the wall, his father will do it. So he just has to sit through a few more witnesses and everything will be okay. And of course, that next witness is Shay.
This man stands accused of murdering King Joffrey. What do you know of this?
I know that he's guilty. He and Sansa planned it together.
The Shay testimony is the turning point in the entire season for Tyrion. There's no turning back after that. He's completely heartbroken because he loves her.
I think there is no choice. You can feel her anger. She wanna hurt him, but at the same time, I think Cersei told her, die or testify, so of course she had to do it.
Shay is the one who finally triggers his anger to see how far his sister and father have gone to frame him for this crime, that they would actually take his lover and pressure her into delivering testimony against him, ultimately overwhelms his good sense.
I demand a trial by combat.
Of course, it's also the moment that seals his fate, because in Westerosi law, if you call trial by combat before verdict is rendered, any deal someone might have made on your behalf is thrown out.
The looks between Tywin and Tyrion lock into one another. It's a battle of wills, really. And now he's going to be looking for his hero.